two decent performances away from home maybe, but we came away empty-handed, created a lot of chances but didn't take many.
We did. I mean, you do try your best to take the positives away. I thought long periods of the game against West Allotment, we controlled it, we looked very dangerous. That cutting edge and finishing them final chances, that really unfortunately let us down. And not too dissimilar story against Jarrow. Again, in a away match, we controlled the ball, we created chances, just that little bit of ruthlessness we're lacking. This isn't sort of just for the strikers, this is for a team as a whole. Do you know, if the strikers aren't scoring, do you know, then someone has to step up. Disappointing, but you know, we do take the positives away, which were a couple of good performances.
Today marks 5 of 6 from home out the next few fixtures. Super important we bounce back today with a win.
Massively. I mean, for us, last season you could see our form, particularly at home, was good. We started off strongly this season as well. You know, we've always said it, you have to make your home ground a fortress if you want to do anything in this division. And we've started in such a manner. Granted, Durham was an away but home game. You know, so we're 3-3 in that sort of sense at home, and we need to continue to do so. And if we can pick up sort of 10 points over the next month or so of home games, it'll be fantastic.
Missed chances over the last few games, just going back to that, you must be pretty concerned about the number of chances we've been missing.
I mean, we do rue them. I'd be more concerned if we weren't creating the chances, but yeah, absolutely, you know, we have to be more clinical. It's the hardest part of the game, and you know, if we want to be challenging up the top end, we need to be putting these chances away. Otherwise, mid-table mediocrity is where you'll be at if you're not going to finish these chances, and that's not what we want.
Great, thanks very much, Ibby. All the best today.
Cheers, mate. Right, listen in. Very, very basic. We've said it time and time again. 4-4-2. Luke, what you did on the right-hand side on Wednesday night was exactly what we expect from you. Do you know, can you be all action from that right-hand side? We're not asking you to stay wide, come inside when you need to get involved. Same goes for you, Ash.
Yeah.
A lot's been said, as I mentioned earlier, about how we finish. We finish as a team. Lads, we are all going to get opportunities to put it in the back of the net. We know what the surface is like. We know how easy it is going to be for the keeper to fill shots. That goes both ways, for Carl and for them. Especially for them, can we pepper them? Ryan, you've got a great strike on you. Can you get the fucking ball by the horns? Can you drive on? Put that off for a moment. Alright, that's important. But, as we've said time and time again, when we have got the ball, can we use wide men? Can we be expansive? Can we use the pace of Ash? Can we use the pace of Luke? When we do, stodge, relax. Boys, there isn't pressure here. Not yet. Anyway, goals will fucking come. These are both more than capable of it. These are both got more than enough ability. Can we be composed? Can we hit the target? And can we make sure that we're fucking keeping it nice and low? Alright boys, we're not slashing at anything. We're not fucking snatching at anything. And the same goes at the back. Nick, I think we were tremendous the other night. I know the score might not necessarily reflect that, but we're first at everything. Can we win it? Can we dominate? Same goes for you. Can we make sure that we're not snatching at things from the back? When we're letting it goes fucking properly. Can we talk? Can we be big? And now, one thing I will fucking say, and this is a negative, 3 times this season we've conceded a goal within the first 5 minutes of a game. That has nothing to do with them. We have not get carved open within 5 minutes. That's got fuck all to do with them and everything to do with us. Stop it. Stamp it out. Fucking... It's about pride and ensuring from the very first fucking minute we do not let them, you do not let that happen. If you've got to scream at fucking Ryan, if you've got to scream at Kyle, then they need to come and sit in for you for 2 minutes. But today, boys, we're the one who's going to fucking score the early goal. Pepper them. These are too good, too big, too hot. Come on, boys! Every single one of us. Make sure we're fucking going with another 3 points tonight.
Oh man. No, Dick, man, Dick.
He's fucking injured, I told you, mate.
Son!
Get up to him! 1-on-1!
embarrassed. Absolutely embarrassed. Deal with it. Otherwise you're coming off, sir. Not good enough. I can't even begin. Not good enough. It's not good enough. This is me digging people out individually. That's not good enough. It has to be better. I need to see you in the game. I haven't seen you do a thing. There's free headers. People are getting in front of you. Do you know when you're coming inside and you've done the right thing up to that point and Ash has stood 5 yards away from you? Can you just pop it off? Do you have to try and fucking scoop the ball outside of your right foot into somebody's chest so that they end up coming and attacking us? I can scream and shout now. It's 4-1. It's a fucking disgrace. A fucking disgrace of a 45 minutes of football. How can you score from playing as well as you did on Wednesday night? We spoke about it before the game. We do not concede in the first minute. We do not concede in the first minute. And what have we done? No fucking courage, no bollocks to go and clear that ball out from the corner. It's fucking ricocheted around in there. Who had the desire? Not one of us. And that's what happens. And all of a sudden, you get on each other's back. Leave the getting on the people's back to me and to Suds. In there, what we have to do to fix it now, we have to fucking show heart. Because at the end of the day, boys, they're going to run away with it unless he's actually digging. It's about digging in now, isn't it? Can we go out and have a bit of pride? Can we ensure we do not fucking concede another fucking goal? To a man. You just want to wear the jerseys all fucking, it's all smiles, it's all fun and games. But when it comes to do real business on a fucking horrible pitch on a horrible day, half of us has decided and don't fancy it. Needs to be better. And we know how to play better. We'll pop it off. We don't have to take the extra touch. Can we look and play the way we're facing? Alright?
Yeah.
So it's, before I lose my mind here.
It's just the basics, I think, fellas. Unfortunately, the basics have been really poor today. Really poor. Shape, first touch, willingness to run and get back. You know, the basic things that you probably have to do as a footballer have been really poor today. That's the worst I've seen it from you. And like we said, going from how well you have created chances, how well you've played in the last few games, that's a shell of the side that I've seen over the last 3 or 4 games. So you must have your own personal pride as a player to go out there and put a debacle of 45 minutes right for 45 minutes. And the way you do that is by doing the basics much better than what you've done them in that first half. You must be as frustrated as probably we are the way you've played there, in the fact that that's not your standards that you set yourselves. And if you set yourselves the standards and you drop below that standards, that's where people get angry and frustrated at you. So the key thing to do for the second half is do the basics better. Is that simple? Really, is it simple? We're not asking you to do anything fucking untoward here. We're asking you to do simple things.
Do your jobs. That's it. Right, boys, put it fucking right.
Called out every time.
Boys, I'm not going to fucking go on. I'm not going to go on. That was genuinely painful to watch. Painful to watch. I'm not going to point fingers 1 through 11. It really wasn't good enough. We can't concede 10 goals in the last 3 games, score a couple, and expect to be competitive. I want you all to go home and have a proper long heart with yourselves and whether or not this is where you want to be. Because there's 16, 17 involved today, and every week you find yourself chasing people and saying, alright, you're not in the squad and you know, I don't think you're going to contribute this week. So, you've all had a chance with the shirt, and today, really, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to say I'm going to hold on to that. So boys, go and have a look at yourselves massively. Things are going to have to change. For myself, Suds, because that's not good enough. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. Not fucking competitive at home against a team that we should be battering. Dude, they're playing for nothing. Fucking basics. Absolute basics, boys. Basics. Get changed. Get fucking changed. Come on.
disastrous resulting performance at the weekend. You sent the boys home to have a long hard think about things. I think tonight's all about character and desire.
Absolutely. I mean, not just the boys, myself, Suds, how you react and how you come back after a defeat like that. Defeats in general happen in football. It was the nature and the defeat on the weekend that really didn't sit right. We've got such the ability in the squads there, the desire is there. It just sort of seemed to be lacking that on the weekend, and you know, fortunately we get to put it right tonight. So
defensive concerns been a bit of a worry all season. How do we go about putting that right?
Yeah, I mean,
personnel or
definitely. I mean, on one way, you know, Suds and I talk every single day, and it's a case of like, do we need to try and do a bit more training? Can we? I know we're playing game after game after game at the minute. Yeah. Can we bring them in for a little bit more work on positioning? For me, the early goals that we've conceded this season have been a disaster. Conceding in the first 2-3 minutes of a football match changes everything that I say in the changing room. From that point of view, that's something that we need to stamp out. And if I have to be ruthless and it's a personnel thing, and we take people out and put people in, then so be it. Certainly, you know, we're always looking to improve the squad. Defensively, up top and across the middle, you know, everywhere. No one's privileged enough to be guaranteed a shirt week in, week out, and certainly it's something that we might have to look at.
Certainly need a big bounce back tonight.
Massive bounce back. I mean, from the point of view, you consider the people came out, it was lashing it down with rain. The fans have been fantastic. The numbers that we've had through the door this season, you know, have been great. For them to stand and watch that performance isn't good enough, like I say, from myself, from the players. So yeah, bounce back has to happen.
Alright boys, I think quickly go over the elephant in the room. Last Saturday, everyone in this changing room was good enough to beauty of football, we'll get it put it right. We'll speak to individuals when we're out and during the warm-up. Has to be better, doesn't it? Simple as that. Don't need to go on about it, just needs to be better. As a formation, discussed it time and time again. The 4-2-3-1. Lou, big man, yeah. Listen in. Proper focal point tonight, alright? You're up there by yourself. We talked about it earlier in the season. When they've got the ball at the back, keep them one way. I don't expect you to go charging in, get the ball from left to right. If he's going down the left, you keep him down the left. What you don't allow them to do is come back across, alright? And you allow the rest of it to be done by the men behind it. Burner, straight back into Nightmare. We know how good you are on the ball. Be as hard working off the ball, alright? Luke, you're the man who's going to get as close to him as possible. I expect goals from you. I expect you to get more than half a dozen a season, alright? Can you influence the game more? Can you get in the box? When you drive into the box, you either getting a shot off or you win the penalty. Alright? Yeah. Be nice and confident. You've been great all season. Can you go and perform again tonight? Yeah. Lola, that energy, mate. Energy. Alright? Can we look after the ball? Can we find him? Can we win our headers first and foremost from that flicks as well? Alright? And you're going to be playing in front of Andy. If he's going to be bombing on, can you make sure that you're filling in? Alright? Lads, the lads in the middle. Takey, Kyle. More than enough experience there to be able to do that job well. Alright? Rat. And when we've got the chance to play, can we play? Can we look for the quality of ball? How many times have we played the ball? 2 straight. Either the run has to come from on an angle to play the straight ball, so that's you, Lou, or the ball has to be on an angle, alright? You can't play a straight ball. We cannot afford to play it straight down to the stroke. Alright? And at the back, Kurt, Josh, clean sheet. Come on, boys, full-backs, guys, can we get at them? And that's what it's all about tonight, boys. It's character. Can we fucking make sure that we get a good result at home? Get straight in your face from the beginning. Wins us games, boys. Come on, get together. Come on, boys. All the best. Yes, you all the best. All the best. Come on. All the best. Come on.
Good foul. Foul him. See it. Go on. Fucking hold of it. That's the corner. Got to pass the ball. Pass the ball. Hit it, man. Get out.
Get in.
Let's go. Let's go to fucking tackle.
Let's try something different today. What are we doing very well?
Getting on the ball, playing.
Yeah?
Drifted to left or right.
Absolutely. I would agree. Looking after the ball well, when we're passing it and when we're in the groove, can they live with us?
No.
He's an absolute battleship up there, isn't he?
No.
Can we get down the sides of him? We don't, it's going to be difficult to go over the top of him, isn't it? Unless we've dragged him out. At which point, it's going to be much easier playing that ball over the top this half. Can you sicken the life out of him? Does he want to run with you?
No.
Does he want to get anywhere near any of you? No, absolutely not. If you get him straight, or you're going past them, yes? When you've made it into the box, when you've gone from the right hand side, when you've cut inside, just like they've done to Kurt there, waiting for a man, he knows you're there, you know you're around, you need to be winning us penalties, mate. You don't win us enough penalties, you don't win us enough free kicks. Cards on the table. Hold the play, you can be better. Bring people in, give us an opportunity to play off you. But when you're up there, mate, they are so clumsy, you're going to win stuff. And the only way to win things, you've went through, unless you're unless you're 100% certain you're putting that in the back of the net, you go down, they get a red card, or we get the penalty. We have to use our loaf, mate. Genuinely, I'm not having this conversation after today. No more naivety. Alright, boys? We know it is going to be fucking difficult from set pieces to mark the big man. So Andy Taylor, can we be fucking cleverer there? We're allowing them to put a ball into the box for free.
You're right, we have lost it, haven't we, in the air?
I know, but it shouldn't be given.
He's headed it in practically on the line, mate, and he's 7 foot tall. I don't care. We've had to mark him with 2 people in the end.
Yeah,
after that.
Well,
so in general,
run better though, can't he?
right. But we definitely stop his run, right? But at the end of the day, we know how dangerous these are going to be when we're allowing them to put set pieces. They've put good delivery in, stops, no shitty, clumsy fouls. So anywhere from in our like their final third, attacking final third, we cannot afford to give them free kicks. It can't come into the box easily. We can't allow them to get set up because it is going to be difficult. But you're right, can we work off the run? That being said, at fucking 7 foot tall, it's always going to be difficult to mark the man, alright? That's where call. If you want them to play higher, you have to be fucking big and loud and bold and tell them to play higher. Yeah. But boys, when we've played, it's been fucking magnificent. When we've played, it's been very, very, very good. We've looked composed on the ball, we've popped it off well, we've got involved. Luke thoroughly deserved the goal. You've been nice and positive. Sometimes I think you can still pop it off earlier, but I'm happy when you're turning and you're getting at them. Lola, can we get more into the game? Can we contribute more? Do you know, I don't want this game, I don't want 50, 60, 70 minutes to pass you by without you contributing to the game and looking to make a change. Be involved. You're always going to get at them. Genuinely, boys, I can't stress enough, when we're sitting there, first time in what feels like an age after the other night, or the other day, Suds and I are going, thoroughly deserved the goal, thoroughly deserved to get back into it, and what a fucking goal it was. How much more can we do in the second half? Alright? Can we do it more? Boys, we do not lose this game of football today. And we know how we're going to cause some problems. Getting at them, finding that right ball. Tate will find it, Kyle will find it, Lou, I need to be a willing runner. If you've got 70 minutes in the tank, I don't want to see you stopping because you're coming off. I want you to think, thank fuck he's taking us off because I've left it all out there. And not like the last time, 70 minutes, 80 minutes, put it all out there. Josh, you've done it very well. Natalie, if the big man's going for the header, you need to drop off, come around, you're doing it well, we're going to do the sweeper roll, alright? But boys, Cal, keep being that outlet, Andy, can you be doing the same on the right hand side? I mean, it feels like it fucking drains you when they go up and we concede that goal, the second goal, because we've worked so hard and worked so well to get the goal and get back into the game. But boys, we're going to get chances today. We've shown that this half, we're going to get more this half. In the first half, we're going to get more the second half. Let's do it all again. Be nice and fucking positive, alright?
And that is a bit of a kick in the teeth to come in 2-1 down, but I think you've got more than enough in the tank to go and get 2 goals in the second half. You have. You've shown it.
We'll win this game of football, boys. Fucking feel it. Game of football.
Same effort again, second half, exactly the same effort. As we said, if you push everything that you've got for 80 minutes and that's it, we've got people on the bench we can bring on. So give everything you've got now for the next 45 minutes, and if you do that, there's every chance you'll come off with a result.
Massively, boys, come on. It's far better, isn't it? Take the positives out of that. We go again this second half. Lou, run them fucking ragged. Sicken them with the ball, Yeah. We can find him. And do you know what's brilliant to see as well this time? We're starting to see the ball play. We're passing through the lines. We're not having to go fucking big, comfortable. Luke, you're finding it. You're finding yourself in space. The playing it through the line. Be it Tatey, be it Kyle, be it yourself who can pass it through. When you come through and you know, play forward, we're not having to fucking just boom it and hope. You can see it. It's the rhythm. Can we go one in, drop it off, third man running? That'll be you, Bernard. That'll be on the left hand side. That'll be you. You need to be that third man running. You need to give them. Once it's gone into the big man, it's going to come back out, look after the ball, come back out. That's where you join in. Alright? But boys, it's there, isn't it? It's fucking there.
Come on, boys. Come on.
There's enough straight for that now, isn't there?
That was in the box. That was in the box.
Get in! Mario, come on!
Listen, boys, the endeavour in the second half, I can't fault. What's disappointing is the third fucking goal, isn't it? Don't get us wrong, he's finished his fucking very well. But from Carl, the throw has to be better, doesn't it? Brad, can we do more? We've finished it, we've been chasing the game, and we've chased it. And have we had chances? Clear cut? We've had a few, haven't we? Could we put it to bed? How do you feel, Luke? Could we finish them? It'll come, won't it? But boys, we have to stop the rot, first and foremost. But far better performance today. We have to stop conceding shit, cheap goals. Fundamentals, can't concede goals like that. Can't concede 3 goals at home and expect to win games of football. Alright, that's the bottom line. We can't, no matter how much tidy football we've played tonight, we cannot concede 3 goals at home and expect to win games of football. That's it. So, I'm not fucking kicking off the same way I was on Saturday, but boys, we have to defend better, 1 through 11. That's it. Like you say, maybe unlucky towards the end, but I'm good for yous, I'm good for us, I'm good for the fucking club. Really felt like we could have got something tonight. We'll go again on fucking Saturday, don't we? Get tuned.
Dance with the devil, dance with the devil. Come and lose yourself tonight. Dance with the devil, dance with the devil. Come join the witches running wild.
Listening then, boys. Look, it's tried and tested formation for us, the 4-2-3-1. Studge, get your chance, be ruthless, be clinical, alright? Lads, the lads, particularly the 3, Luke, Berner, Ruddy, you know he's got the movement, that's going to trouble them. Alright, can we find him down the sides where we will cause absolute panic and mayhem, alright? So, for us, it's about being confident and not necessarily taking that extra touch. Can we trust each other and can we pass it off a little bit earlier? Alright? Because we are going to get chances. Let's just make sure that we're taking them today. The lads in the 2 there, particularly Tatey and Kyle. Kyle, listen in, this is mainly at you. Today we stop Jeff Smith from playing. Alright? Their creative outlet. Him alongside Barry. The 2 of them will be doing exactly what you're going to be doing. One creative, one's going to be trying to rat about and getting in amongst it. Make sure that we come out on top because that's going to be a battle that'll change and decide this game. Alright? It's absolutely vital that we do that properly. Okay? Defensively, Kurt, we had a conversation out there. Josh, can't stress enough. Clean sheet, breed confidence throughout the team. Alright? Big man Carl, you know yourself. Can we be nice and loud? Can we be saying that? Can we be sensing the danger beforehand? Alright? Today's about us, what we've got to, prove to ourselves. As players, individuals and as a squad. Alright, we'll go and win the battle, we'll win the right to play, and we can play. It is wet, but it is a surface that we can get the ball down and play, isn't it?
We did really well with the basics, we did them really well, and we didn't do them in the game before. There's a fine line in the Northern League, Second Division and First Division, excluding the Eshwinning game because that was a catastrophe. The other games that you've played, there's been literally one goal, literally in it, and that's the fine line between winning and losing. So if we can cut out those individual errors and maintain the momentum we've had in the other games and on Wednesday night, how we played, you can come off with a result today, but you have to do the basics well again. That's critical. So that's your shape, your passing, your control, your hustling back when we've lost possession, getting back into shape. They're the basic things you have to do. Once you do those, let your quality shine through, and it will.
Listen, boys, today we'll get a fucking result, don't we? Come on, boys. Come on. Nice and lively out there. So much quality in this changing room, boys. Make sure it shows. Make sure it shows.
10 yard! 10 yard!
Oh.
When we've looked after the ball and done it properly, 3 passes when we're in on goal. Stodge had a chance off the back, 3 passes, boys. What we can't afford to do is give it away cheaply at the back. We can't afford that, because they are going to break and they're going to break with pace. But some of the defending, at times, exceptional, at other times, lackadaisical, isn't it? Can we go and engage them earlier? That's the only way that they're going to get half a chance. Us galloping out with them as opposed to fucking getting in the faces. Josh, can you get to the ball a bit sooner? Because you've got the pace, more than enough pace. If you get in there, then you're not having to slide, and then it's ricocheting. They're going to get they're getting the rub of the green, and they're going to get an opportunity off the back of that. If you get there nice and early, put it in, makes your life a lot easier. It gives you options. You might get there so far in advance. Pop it off to Carl rather. He's got fucking 2 great feet. Don't worry about it. Can we look to try and get involved in the game more? If it means you have to come a little bit deeper, then you've got to come a little bit deeper. Stodge, when it gets to you, it does have to stick.
Yeah.
You'll get another chance this half. Run your plums off. If you put your hand up after 75 minutes, I'm happy you bring it on there. If it means for the next 25, then you put a shift in. That's all we've got to do. But we have won, at times, the battle. At times, I thought they've got the second ball better than us. And I think that's just because the gaps started to become bigger and bigger and bigger, if I'm totally honest. There's a huge gulf between Stodge and, let's say, if you're not playing centrally, with Ruddy far left and Burner far right, I felt that we weren't necessarily engaging them. They were able to stride through. But you can see that. Can you propel them forward? Can you get them off your feet? Certainly at centre half to say, can you go and engage that ball earlier? Be it Tatey, be it Kyle. Get them to do your graft for you. When I played centre half, mate, I swear to God, I would have him doing my job for us. The other side of this is, boys, can we play? Because we fucking can, can't we? Let Tatey, give him it, trust him it, sicken him with the ball. He wants it all the time and he'll keep popping it off. First time he'll find people. Kyle, keep getting on it. Boys, keep playing. We are more than in this game.
They're playing like a 5-2-3 formation when they have possession. What that gives you is that gives you a great opportunity for either a right back or a left back to become a third man running. And the positive thing is you've done it twice. Tatey spotted it and Kyle spotted it twice. We had Andy in from that third man running. So if you can maintain possession and try and drag them a little bit when they're playing that 5-2-3, then have Andy as that spare man overlapping for us, becoming the third man. As it comes into the front man, whether it's gone into Luke or whether it's gone into Stodge, get in front of the defender, hold the ball up, cushion it for Tatey and Kyle coming in, and then they'll find our third man running. And as soon as you've done that, spin and get in the box, and we'll get chances from that. Pretty simplistic, you know, it's not hard to see from the sideline. Yous are seeing it as well because you're spotting them third men running. So the key thing is that a little bit higher as a 4, squeezing the midfield up a bit higher, and then when we'll get the ball, maintain possession, drag them out a little bit, then play into the front men, and then get the third man running. And you'll get chances from it.
Heads up though, boys. Honestly, if we keep on doing what we're doing, if we keep doing the right things, we're going to create chances. We're going to carve them open, alright? Like I say, fucking Cal, superb right at the end there. On the line. That's how much it fucking means to us, doesn't it? It's our turn for a fucking result. Go out and earn it. Every single one of us.
Oh, cheers, Carl. Penalty!
Look where he is! Lino!
Penalty!
Look where he is!
You've had a bit of a push in the second half, to be fair. You did probably what we asked you to do, endeavouring to get Andy in the game as the third man running, and Cal as well. I just think at times we're probably a little bit lacklustre when the ball comes to her. And the other final thing is our delivery. When we get opportunities to put balls in the box, we desperately need to work on that, because we're not clearing first men at any point, and that's across the board. Not individual people, it's across the board. No matter who gets into the right spot for deliveries, we're not getting that delivery into the box fine. So we need to work on that. We'll probably need to work on our, still working our 10-yard passing. But a lot, you can see you feel a bit sick and a bit gutted from what's happened there in the game. It's tough for us to kind of give you any guidance on where you're going wrong at the minute, because
You have to work on 10 fucking yard passing at this level when you should be fucking with you. Something now to do. Why are we playing here? Because the ball fucking 10 yards.
but we can it, because we have
That's
done.
right, you're right, yeah, we fucking can it, you're
That's
right.
what I'm saying, we can it, and we're at a level where we should be able to control the ball. Simplistically, as a player, you should be able to control the ball at this level, and we should be able to pass it.
Listen, if we think we want to fucking turn it round by having a bite at each other, we've got another thing to come. It's never going to happen, is it? That's not how things work. Certainly not how a fucking changing room works. It's not how a squad works. But as a team, as a unit, as a squad, together, boys, we're the only ones who can put this fucking right. You don't
How are we going to do it, though?
fucking not be.
games.
I'll be the one who's fucking gone before we get it right, though. It's my head that'll go. Just get ready, boys.
First off, how are you, Evie? How are you feeling?
I'm alright, touch wood. Staying positive and testing negative, so
5 defeats in a row. We need to stop the rot.
absolutely, I mean it's imperative. If you want to be considered a good team, you can't afford to lose 4, 5, 6 games in a row. Hasn't been good enough. I think, in retrospect, a couple of results could have went either way. Dismantled by Esh winning, that, you can't afford to have results like that throughout the season. It's imperative that today we get a clean sheet and turn our fortunes around, but it's only us who can do that.
4 home games coming up in a row,
Yeah.
so opportunity to try and turn the season around.
Absolutely, I mean it takes 2 or 3 wins and you find yourself right back in and amongst it, and that's what we intend to do, and hopefully starting the day, I mean we've got the quality in our side, we know we have, the players know that they've got it. It's a case of finding our confidence and, like you said, turning our fortunes.
Defensively has been, like we've said a few times this season, been a bit of a problem.
Certainly, I mean from our point of view, this week we've spoke to a couple of defenders and we're looking to improve the squad, as we always do. I think not keeping a clean sheet this season it's something that we're going to have to focus on. We've tried a few different things, and it's difficult to say it's the defenders per se. It's a squad thing. Keeping clean sheets is 1 through 11, and it's something that we've not been able to do. I think the early goals at times have killed us, and that sets the tone for the opposition. So first and foremost, not conceding early in a game is imperative that we find a foothold first.
Great, thanks Ibby, all the very best today.
Thank you. Cheers, man.
Boys, we've spoken about this on numerous occasions as to whether or not we're the better team. For us today, we're a very good team. What we need to do is to be confident, to know that we've got the ability to go out there and batter a team. We have to remember that. We've done it earlier in the season, we've done it on numerous occasions last season. It's time to show how good of a players you are. Alright? Be confident on the ball, trust one another. We'll adjust if we need to adjust, but This gives us license to dominate the ball across the middle, and you've got two players with bags of pace up top who've got more than enough ability. We can go and get goals, alright? So find them, sicken them with the ball, alright? Andy, you can be involved, really be involved. You've got the insurance policy of the three at the back there, alright? Lola, same for you, you've got the insurance policy. So relish the opportunity to go and play further forward, alright? Like I said in the back three, imperative keep clean sheet. Carl, I want to hear you today. I really want to hear you be nice and vocal for us today, alright? Talk them through it. All three of you have played as a back three, so you should be more comfortable in there, alright? But Luke, Ruddy, Carl, can we dominate the ball? Stodge, if it means you have to come a little bit deeper to get involved as well, then so be it, alright? Ash, play off the last man. Go and batter them. You know exactly what they're about.
I just want to talk a little bit about why, probably the same as me when I played, why do you come to football? You come to football because you want to win. You want to win games. What's a recipe for winning games? Being able to defend, being able to attack, being able to pass the ball. Generic, basic things. Ally that with the team spirit that you've got with each other. And if at times you have to go and do a run because your mate's a little bit too far in front of you, go and do that run for him. And that shows your team, that shows me the team spirit that we've got in this camp. So those things, if you can do those things along with experience, quality on the ball, pace, youth, commitment, all those things, if you can do those, you've got a recipe for winning games. You have that in this dressing room. It is clear to me and him. We have that in this dressing room. You have to now go out and put that onto the park as a group of 11. It's vital you do that. If you do that, you've got the recipe to win games. It's as simple as that. Okay?
Let's go, boys.
Come on, boys.
Rune.
What, Tony? Finish good. Oh, lucky. Well done, Reece! Well done, Reece! Get on the top of it! Go on, finish! Get away from him! Go, man, play it! What it? Oi, ref! Get it!
4-3-3. Reece on the right hand side, Andy on the left hand side, Lola, Josh in the middle, Rye, Kyle, Ruddy play centrally of them three, alright? Luke, you've got the ability, license to come in and make us tick, alright? Stodge, I need more from you, mate. I need more. Ash, same from you. If we're going to go round the keeper, let's just fucking put our right foot through. Let's finish it. Boys, these are going to give you chances. Not just going to give you chances, you've got the ability to create chances, alright? But what we can't afford to do is give away any fucking stopping goals. Give them something to fight for. Give them something to battle for. They don't believe they're in this position. They shouldn't be. They don't believe it. We have to put it right. I can't sit here every single week and say like, oh, we need to be better, we need to be better, we need to be better. So can't stand here every week and say we need to be better. You've got the ability and you've got the fucking shirt. Go and do better. Where they're susceptible, this balls down the channels and certainly down the side. It can be narrower. Stodge, at times we can play a little bit narrower, can't we? So for example, the last ball that's just come across there and you found your way to yourself, I can't remember who played it. I'm thinking if you're 5 yards more narrow, do you know, you're bearing down on them. So if you can play a little bit narrower, alright? You know when you're on the right wing, play a bit narrower. Kyle, you're getting amongst them. Don't get frustrated. Do you know when you got megged and there was two of them there? When you throw your hands up and you don't turn around, it's fucking gives them the chance to absolutely get at us. These aren't going to fucking go and beat you. They're not going to drop a shoulder and go around you. But what they will do is when we're fucking dejected, which we have been, when we're low on confidence and you're thinking like, oh God, and you haven't helped your mate out, that's the only time they're going to get at us. But at times we've looked comfortable at the back. First 5 minutes we could have been tight all around and I think we adjusted and ended up making that right. But boys, how on earth, you say how on earth, we know that, we have to cut the mistakes out of our game. We have to. So it's
positives from it, that you've created some really good chances. That's what I'd say positive wise. You've created some really good chances by people being willing to go and make runs forward, whether it be one of the midfield two, one of the three, to get up and support the front two. And you've had some really good opportunities in the game. That's a massive positive, and I think you need to take that into the second half and think we're creating chances here, because you are. You're creating lots of good chances. So we've just got to get in the mindset when we're getting into those good positions, you know, be ruthless, you know, get a good touch, set yourself up, and then have a good strike, and we'll get back into the game that way. We're endeavouring to allow you to play football, and at times you are showing it really well in the fact that you're endeavouring to play football. Sometimes it's just, as a catalyst, you just say, right, fuck it, we've gone 4-3-3, from the keeper, we just say, squeeze up. Yep. We'll all squeeze up. We'll go and squeeze higher, we'll get the 4 closer to the 3 midfielders, we'll get the 3 midfielders closer to the front 3, and we'll fight for the second ball. So just at times you've got to think, right, we're getting a little bit overrun potentially in midfield. Don't get the ball from the back man. Keeper's the emphasis here, and he says, I'm not giving you. Squeeze up, everybody move forward, and just let's knock the ball, let's play the ball forward and fight for the second ball. That's what we'll have to do sometimes. It's great saying, yeah, we'll let you play football, but if we're not playing football in the right areas, then I'm just going to shout from the sideline, don't fucking play, let the keeper kick it, move forward as an 11 and go and condense the play a bit higher up the park.
The pitch isn't conducive to playing it across the back, so that can't happen again. Don't fucking ask for it, because I don't want you to fucking get it when it's up there. When he's got the ball and he's got the opportunity. We've spoke about before the game, we've got pace up top. Why on earth we're not getting it over the top? I don't know. We do not have to do that. And as Suds said, at times, command and just say it needs to get shifted. Alright, we don't have to fuck about. It will make us more direct. It isn't what we want to do, but at the end of the day we've got to take circumstances into consideration. Pitch isn't great. Secondly, at times we're going to have to bypass the fucking midfield because we've got the ability up front. Boys, we have to be more positive though, alright? It's a fucking shitty clumsy goal. Apart from that, I haven't really threatened, have they? But what we have done on multiple occasions is threaten. Luke, keep driving it into the box. Ash, when you get it, keep driving it into the box. They are going to fucking bring you down. Panic when he's there. Take us over across the middle, alright? Ruddy, keep getting on it, mate. Keep talking to them. Alright, boys, come on. Every fucking one of us, get our fucking heads up. We don't go fucking 6, do we? No. We don't fucking go 6. A bunch of fucking men playing Northern League football with more than enough ability to be competing. Alright? We're at fucking home. And let's get this turned around. Come on, 10% of every fucking one of us.
Fucking come off here, 3 points better off, man. Fuck me, I'm sick to death of losing games.
Exactly, fucking get our weekend sorted out. Get amongst each other, get into with each other. Expect more from yourself, expect more from each other. We're too good for this to be happening to us. But the only way to turn it around now is by absolute fucking graft, desire, energy, fucking enthusiasm, confidence. Come on. Get your heads out our own fucking arses. Get your heads up and go and play.
Away, get in! Stand your ground! Didn't let him out, Dave! Come on! And your tail is behind you. Off the yard, get off the yard, get off the yard! Half a yard! Get half a yard! Half a yard! Got it! Go ahead, Max! Put it across him! Put it across him! It shows, doesn't it, when you fucking work hard, you get fucking...
That's what it feels like to do 90 minutes. Fucking hell.
Yeah, boys, fucking outside and well done.
Well done, boys.
Right, yeah, man.
I'll tell you, I'm like definitely going over.
Good job there, chasing that keeper for the ball.
Fucking hell, we're right. How many times did he kick the ball away? It doesn't matter now.
Listen in, it's a fucking game of two halves, isn't it? Very much so, and it's short today. The endeavour, the fucking determination, created fucking chances, could have scored a handful to be fair in the end. But lads, I'm absolutely ecstatic for you. Deserved it. Fucking outplayed them in Boston in the second half. Fucking enjoy the weekend and fucking get it.
We're singing Viva la Victoria, Viva la Victoria.
Right, where did you go celebrate that?
Yeah, you're on the chairman. You've had the chairman. Leave a couple.
Yes, Suds, anything on that? What thoughts? How is Suds?
What can I say? Great effort, second half. First half, puffed a little bit, probably not quite accustomed to the shape that we played. But second half, fellas, they were fucking mad. And subs and everybody, you work your socks off and you got your just awards. Thank fuck, Ash missed that fucking sitter, by the way. Well, brilliant lads, really well done. Chuffed the bits for you, you deserved it.
Well done, boys.
My name is the shit, but look at the arse on him there.
No,
Get us his Corey on there.
Keeping it real.
Down the lane, the Corey.
Get on there.
If right, right.
Right, your dad's been calling me all sorts for the last couple of games. You scored that winner. He's like, I'm fucking in it. Fucking there he is. I'm telling you. That's it. Fucking get your arms out. Fucking there he is. Alright, fucking relax. How are you, by the way? Andy?
Right.
This one, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, I got mad this guy.
Sometimes they're first.
Aye, their first one, aye. Their first one,
Put it right on there, Andy.
Alright.
Right on
Put it right.
Right, Abby, so how do you feel after that one? First win in 6 games?
Oh, absolutely ecstatic. With regards to, first half, I don't think we played particularly well, but certainly in the second half we sort of asserted our dominance and created plenty of chances. So, given the run of form that we've had recently, it was just, a relief, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was 5 defeats in a row. You had a good start to the season. You must have been quite optimistic after the start.
Absolutely.
3 wins out of 4.
Absolutely, like you say, 3 wins out of 4. We found ourselves in a luxurious position of second in the table. Granted, it was early to consider where you are in the table, but then when you found yourselves 3, 4, 5 defeats in a row, it's difficult to sort of find the confidence again, and that was a big part of today, was to find our confidence and to know that we can get results and that it will come eventually, and just trust in ourselves, trust each other as a group. So absolutely over the moon with the result today.
And did you have some magic words at half time? Because obviously they seemed to be on top in the first half, in my opinion, but in the second half seemed to be a reversal.
Very much so. I mean, it was, as much as it is a cliche, it was a game of 2 halves. Certainly from our point of view at half time, there was a couple of adjustments that we had to make. Conceding a goal so late in the second half, I think it was naive. It's the kind of thing that we're trying to work out of our game. So yeah, there was a few choice words said, but it was more of a case of giving the lads the confidence to know that they can, when they do decide to go and play, that we are going to create chances, and we saw the rewards of that in the second half.
Do you think it was a fair result overall over the 90 minutes?
I would say it was a fair result. I think certainly in the first half, I think they probably deserved to go in 1-0 up, but I think with the amount of chances we created in the second half, certainly that's a just reward. I know I can appreciate from their point of view, they've came away from home, they've played well certainly in the first half,
You know, they haven't been on a particularly great run themselves, so probably, if anything, it's a case of two teams that weren't the most confident going into the day, and you know, someone's fortunes had to change, and thankfully it was ours.
I thought it was a hugely entertaining game. Actually, I thought both teams sort of played as though they were desperate to end their losing runs, and chances galore. And
yeah,
it was good as a
as a
neutral watching. Yeah, it really was. And as a rookie manager, how do you feel when you're on a run like this, 5 defeats in a row? Do you start panicking, or do you have the belief it's going to change? Or?
I mean, I'm in a very fortunate position. I've got Jared Suddick, who is here as my assistant, and he, you know, oozes experience and brings with that, you know, the confidence to know that these things happen. Football, you know, can be cruel at times, and you can go weeks without a win necessarily. And then, you know, as well, we have a great club as a whole. You know, I had the backing from the chairman, the rest of the committee. So as much as there's pressure there, the pressure was on we putting under ourselves, because we have set high standards, and you know, when we're not fulfilling them, that's been the disappointment. But yeah, there is pressure when you sort of go 4 or 5 games without a result, and you start to think, you know, do I tinker, do I change things? But we had a great pre-season. We started off, like I said, the season really well. We know that we've got a formula to win games. It's just a case of, you know, getting the opportunity to put it out there. So thankfully today that happened.
And did you, sort of talking about yourself, did you see yourself being a manager in the Northern League at this age, or just sort of the opportunity's just fallen and you've accepted it?
Absolutely. I mean, I actually came here last season to play. Obviously, play as a centre half. Came in, and just before the season, the manager left, and as a result, I said, "Oh, I'll look after the lads with a little bit of experience for a few games until you sort something out." And it was something that it clicked straight away. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Loved every bit of it, and to be honest, I think I'm more impassioned now than I was as a player. It's just something to be involved in, you know, right from organising training sessions to team selection. Yeah, probably wouldn't have imagined that at 32 it would have been something that I did, or 31 at the time. But you know, as it transpired, that I absolutely love it, and you know, I'm hopefully, touch wood, a long way to continue.
And has this brought the curtain down on your playing career, or are you still sort of on the bench and ready to take on?
As and when needed, I'm available, but it's slowly drawing the curtain across. I mean, I'm still involved in a Sunday and play on a Sunday, but obviously it's a different kettle of fish as opposed to a Saturday. But you know, like, I'm keep myself in good enough shape to, if need be, I'll get out there and play.
Yeah, and you also brought in a bit of experience the last few weeks, haven't you? Obviously, Ash Davies scored today, and Tate was injured today, so
absolutely
got to have a good blend experience.
I mean, what you saw with the last goal there, you have the youth and enthusiasm, and you know, with that you've got the energy of Luke Bailey, who's ran down the left hand side, and you know, that's youthful exuberance. But you need the experienced heads in the likes of Ash and Mick Tate, who can, you know, talk the lads through it. You have Craig Ruddy, who played in the centre of the park today. You know, he's been around, he's played at a high level, but to have that blend of, like I say, youth and enthusiasm, coupled with the experience of the guys in and around them, you know, you've got to have a sprinkle of both, and you know, hopefully, as I say, like today, that's paid dividends with Ash with a goal, and a young man in Ryan Cummins coming on and scoring the winner.
I know it's early doors, it's October, and of course we don't know what's going to happen with the COVID and that, but what's the ambition for the rest of the season?
For us, we would love to be competing in the top half of the table. I think, you know, given where the club were last season when I took over, I think we were nailed on to be relegation fodder. So for last season to end up mid-table, granted with COVID and the effects of that, the season ended prematurely. That was a disappointment, but certainly this season, you know, to push on again and, you know, really establish Willington AFC as a solid second division outfit, and, you know, just progress. I mean, from my point of view, young manager wanting to learn, there's a lot that I need to know before you can maybe mount a challenge, but certainly we have plenty of ability to find ourselves in the top 6.
Right, thanks, Evie.
You're very welcome.
So Lee, at the end of episode 2 we had the bombshell of you quitting as chairman, so I don't know if you want to go into any detail, but safe to say you're back?
Yes, I'd like to say you did it for more ratings, but no, it's not true. It was a couple of things, to be fair. little bit of unrest in the ranks, and the main one was obviously logistics is absolutely mental at the minute anyway. Christmas is coming and it was taken over. I've got a couple of new contracts coming off, and the workload wasn't really balancing out where I wanted to be with my commitment to the football club. So yeah, it was a decision I sort of took to focus on the extra workload that I've got in the business. Yeah, then I started getting a few messages from a few people who found out about it, sort of saying, look, we're a new club in essence. We're building up a new team, and they sort of managed to talk me around into staying and building what we've already got. And it is how we are. Like, we are obviously, everyone knows what happened to Richard the season before last. We literally had to put the club back together from that. That's how bad it was. The club probably couldn't go through that again. Like, it literally probably wouldn't survive going through that again. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are and what happened there.
Well, for one, I'm absolutely delighted you're back, because obviously you're a big presence at the club. You do a lot of work behind the scenes that I think a lot of people don't see.
There's an awful lot goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. I know me and you chatted about that, and ironically hence the reason for this actual documentary that we're starting to put together. It was an idea I had a long time ago. Obviously me and you sort of put that actual wheel into motion of what goes on behind the scenes, and people don't see it. I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't have known. We didn't announce that I'd quit on Facebook. Like I say, this is the reason why people don't see what's going on behind the scenes. You've got the likes of other clubs in other divisions that are going through the same bad patch that we were going through, and I've got a lot of respect for every single person that does grassroots football and totally unpaid. The amount of hours that goes into a totally unpaid role. And like I say, people don't see it, people don't respect it, and they don't know about it. You watch a game of football, they've played shit, the committee need to sort it out, they've played shit, the chairman needs to sort it out, or the manager needs to sort it out, and there is so much, even now, like I would love to tell you about the people that we're in discussions with, and hopefully when this documentary is aired, you will have signed them, you'll already know about it, but even now we're still talking with players, trying to bring people into the team to make a difference to what we see and is wrong.
And today we finally got the monkey off our back with a win, first league win in five successive defeats, and we got the 3 points today with a late winner from Mr. Cummins.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a fan base around the ground who's keen to see him get on and win. And to be fair, I mean, Ryan knows anyway. I've got a lot of respect for the guy, as I do for all the players who stuck by the club, which there wasn't many of them, but yeah, I do have a lot of respect for that guy.
And going back to the documentary then, Lee, I mean, Ibby's got a foul mouth, hasn't he?
I think when you first spoke about the documentary, Ibby was only a player. Maybe yeah, he does. It depends how much you edited, I suppose. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see that they don't all go in the change room and sort of shake each other's hand and go, "Never mind, lads, we'll go again." That there is a lot of heartache, and when there's a lot of joy in there as well. Like it is a lot of mix, and you can see, like when we lose a game, for example, in the players' chat, like no one will speak for days. Like, they all know, like, they don't have to say anything. They just know, like everyone is genuinely gutted that they sort of lost the game.
Yeah, I mean, we did think about sort of bleeping the language out at the start, but to be honest, if we'd done that, we probably wouldn't have got the first episode out at the end of the season, would we?
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have done. Yeah, but no, it's an unedited and a raw documentary. Like it is how it is. So in essence, we're putting the person who decides to watch it into that changing room. This is what happens. This is what you see.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Lee. And like I say, fantastic to see you back, and long may it continue.
Thank you.
Right, Marcus. We thought we'd get a fan's view of how things are going. What's your take on how the season's going so far?
Well, it started off great. 2 game wins, beginning the season. Then a couple of bad results, especially the 6-1 defeat. Towler last week should have got something out of that, but the referee wasn't good at all. And today to win 2-1 was great, to be honest. We needed it.
guys showed some fighting spirit there in the second half and really deserved the 3 points, I think, in the end.
Ryan Cummins, class goal. It was good seeing it up there, right in the action, come over celebrating with the fans. It was good. Great moment.
Yeah, certainly was, and just nice to get the stop the rot really, wasn't it? Because we'd had 5 successive defeats.
We needed to stop it, otherwise it could have just kept going. To be honest, last week we were saying amongst ourselves we can't see where the next goal or win was coming from, but 2 goals, not penalties either. We've scored a lot of penalties. It was quite worrying, but very good to score 2 open play goals. Yeah,
really nice to get the 3 points in the bag and hopefully start climbing the table, because we've got, I think, the next 3 are at home as well. So
yeah, hopefully hit the ground running now and get 3 games under us. Maybe get all 3 won.
And just nice not to concede a goal in the first minute as well.
Oh yeah. I said to them, we woke up in the first minute, so getting that out of the way as well. To be honest, it looked good formation that we played today. Played some good football. I just think some of the referees' decisions went against us, but end of the day we won, put behind us.
Right, we've got Redcar at home next Saturday. Another toughie, because Redcar's been...
yeah, it's a tough game.
It's always a tough game against Redcar.
Got to try and get a point at least, don't we? We need to start climbing that table. We deserve to be higher than what we are. A couple of performances. You can't really blame the pitch because other teams have been playing on the pitch alright, so we can't blame the pitch. But hopefully we do start winning and get higher up the table.
So who's your favourite player then, Marcus? I mean, there's plenty to pick from, so you know.
Adam Stodge probably.
Adam Stodge?
Yeah.
Needs to start scoring goals though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got to start scoring goals. But once he starts scoring one, I think he'll score 10 or more.
That's it, I think you're right. Once he did the same last year, so I think he does it every season. Like, I think once he gets one, he just goes on a run. So hopefully, whether it's just one pings in off his backside or what, we just need him to get a goal.
Touch wood. There's also Ryan Cummins. I think he's class player. Great substitute. He can also start as well. He can start a game and play well. To be honest, good player overall.
You'll have to send your team selection into to Ibby then and see what he says.
Yeah.
Right, Marcus, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We know what we play the 4-3-3. Running in that goal, dictate, be nice and loud. Ryan, you're back on the side, mate. Make sure you keep that shirt, alright? Fantastic at the end. Great lungs, great energy. Get your shots off. You've got the ability to put it in there, alright? But remember what I've spoken to you about beforehand, before I was playing that like almost like a quarterback. You've got the pace of Reese in front of you, you've got the pace of Ash in front of you, and the pace of me. You almost don't need to fucking think about it when you're putting that in there, alright? Yeah. You can do it in 1 or 2. You don't have to take 3, 4, 5, alright? You can put it in behind them. That being said, we don't have to be a long ball merchant team doing it. We've got the ability to play through the middle. Kyle, make sure that you're constantly ratting. Make sure you know the pitch is going to get fucking slippy and boggy out there. And we'll stay on our feet as long as possible. Alright? And like we said before we went out, boys, where did we get the joy? The joining in of the fullbacks. Andy Taylor, I can't stress enough how important it is that you give us that width. You're naturally going to play narrow with the 3. You can get beyond. But also, Kyle, Ryan have the sense when Cal and Andy T get beyond you to sit in, alright? Alright, from the front men, so that's Reese, today, get the opportunity, you want to play up there, but same goes for Luke, the 2 of you's responsibilities for the full-back, alright? Don't let them go down. We're going to be clever with it and sensible with it. And at the end of the day, boys, go and enjoy yourselves, it's fucking imperative, isn't it? But like I said, can we really, really stress how important it is for us to get down them channels, particularly with the fullbacks joining in. You've got the energy, you've got the legs, and you've got the fucking security blanket behind you. That's fucking vital. And can we be ruthless in both boxes, boys? How we fucking start games sets a tempo, isn't it? We don't fucking concede silly, naff goals, alright? Yeah. And when I'm saying we don't fucking do it, we don't go back to keeper because we don't have to at times. I'd rather if we went out of play than we end up putting him in the shit. So Carl, it's fucking vital that you're big, loud. You know what the pitch is going to be making. Yeah. You can take a lot of these issues away when it's bobbling through. Tell them you fucking don't want it. Tell them away. Speak, be nice and loud. So it's
just a couple of things for me. In the 4-3-3, you did it in the second half last week, and we shouted a little bit from the sidelines. It's imperative that we're pressing up as a unit. So the 4 go tighter to the 3 in midfield, and the 3 are tighter to the 3 at the top. And if Carl does decide to go long, then we've got men in the areas to actually fight for the second ball, because that's quite critical when you play in the 4-3-3. You need to fight for the second ball. Second thing, wide right back and left back. It's your objectives to try and get forward if you can when the ball's on your side. So Andy and Carl. Once they've gone forward on either side, both of you have to then, one of you has to sit in and tuck in as the three.
Absolutely.
And then remember the key thing I've mentioned often is no pressure on the ball. What do? Drop. Yeah. You don't want to find balls going in behind you. So no pressure on the ball. Be mindful if you'll see him setting up to do the long pass, as he does that, step 5 yards, and then you're in a position where you can go win the ball. Alright? That's all.
Boys, it's a big one, man. It's a big game at home. Can we get another 3 points on the board? Alright? Every single one of us. Kurt nice and loud, Laura nice and fucking loud. We'll take no fucking chances at the back, and we're clinical up top, boys. We've got more than enough to change room to get a fucking result. Come on, get on it, boys. Listen in, boys. I tell you what, started off very well, didn't we? They had a little bit of a spell, but we've been the better side. Created a few chances. We have created a couple of chances.
No, I mean, they haven't done.
That's what I mean. Definitely, they haven't. I thought the shape's been very good. I thought that, particularly following the man, the runner, you've done very well with that. Kyle, you do best. Buddy, control it, dictate it. You're right in what you're saying. If anything, where can we improve? Where that extra 5-10%, that thing that wins you games of football. It's when he's giving you a big shove in the back, you have to scream for it. But this is, you have to learn. We keep on talking about it week in, week out. Naivety. But at times, you know, if you're a big honest lad, you want to fucking stay on your feet. Luke, that's doing what you do best. Driving into that box. You're going to create chances. Reece thought you've been absolutely tremendous, mate, up and down. Won that header out on numerous occasions. Carl, when you find it, it's very good on that side. And Luke, when you've dealt with it, it's stuck on plenty of occasions. Mate, again, loads and loads of fucking positives, lads, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking loads of positives.
Yeah.
We can't come in here and say that we haven't fucking done what we wanted to do. All we can possibly say, where I still think we can get the improvement from, is Carl and Andy, can we be that little bit more aggressive and positive with it? Because you will get joy. Because these aren't any great shakes at the back. They're not gonna follow you when you're getting in there. But boys, like I say, Laura, Kurt, that line has been fantastic at times, hasn't it? Like you say, everything's been in front of us, but not in front of us in the sense that they're popping it away and we can't get anywhere in yet. Boys, it's been a very good half of football. Very good half of football, Suds.
Sometimes you just have to, it's difficult to actually pick things out for you, because that's been a really good half. Probably one of the best halves I've seen us have for weeks, first half wise. Ball retention in the final, our third, and in the midfield third, really good. Competitiveness, really good. Willingness to work back when you've lost the ball, really good. One thing that we could improve on, and that's all I've seen during the whole game, the whole 45 minutes, is when we're getting into that final third, just our final little pass to put people in hasn't been good enough. It's just got to be cuter. So playing it inside people, instead of trying to play through people, playing it inside the defenders. With those, when you've got willing runners coming forward, Ash, Reece, Luke, Kyle,
Rudy.
He's getting there again. He's getting there.
You get opportunities, and that really sometimes, like I said even before we came in, sometimes you have to just say, well done. You've got to maintain that in the second half. There is times in games where sides will come into it a little bit, and I've had a 5-minute spell of hit the post, but that is literally, I think, all that I've seen them do with that strike hit the post. We've had 3 or 4 good half chances for the first half. Yeah, we've hit the post. So just well done. That final thing, like I said, that one thing from me, just in the final third, when you get the ball, no matter who's on it, if you can see your runners going through, just be a little bit better with your pass through the defensive unit. That's all I'd say.
Just a very quick one, not that it's a negative, but that shot that they got off and hit the post, Carl and Kurt, one of us can deal with that there. That's 40 yards up the pitch and that doesn't happen. But boys, it's been a fucking privilege to watch. Tracking back for your mate, filling in for him, putting that extra shift in. That's not what we've done for the last 4 or 5 games previously. We did it in the second half last Saturday, and we've fucking certainly done it this half again. If we go out there with the same fucking determination, tempo, do you know what it's, and making the right decisions, because that's what this half of football's been full of. Be it finding the line with the throw-in, if it's right to do it for the hook on, then you've done it at the right times. So boys, genuinely, fucking make sure that we don't drop. That's the most important part now. We don't fucking drop, that we go out and produce the same performance for the next 45 minutes, alright? But well done, fucking keep your heads up. Get your drinks on board. Does anyone need a rub or anyone need anything looking after? Because there's a physio coming next week apparently.
You should put me down as well.
Luke, you need to have something in front of you there. Come on, use your head.
Put the referees on their side! Put on the box, Luke. Put on the box.
Like genuinely, like there was nothing in it. I mean, at the end of the day, can we defend better? Certainly, the first goal, I think we have to organise it earlier. You end up running back post with a fucking 6'2" lad. It's fucking not on. Like that comes from me and Suds as well as fucking people on the pitch. We have to take ownership and we have to fucking deal with that. That can't fucking happen. And the fucking second goal, the game's at this point stretch, we don't have enough to chase it. But I swear to God, like.
Fucking infuriating.
Infuriating is exactly what it is. Fucking turn up, we're all here to do a job, we all fucking do our jobs. And it's not reciprocated. Boys, keep your fucking heads up, alright? Keep your heads up, we did play some good stuff at times. We'll go again, don't we? Alright? Come on.
Where do you come from? The dust. Where will you go to? The grave. Done is soon fall. Everyone calls something wicked. This way come on. Where do you come from? The dust. Where will you go to? The grave. Done is soon fall. Everyone calls something wicked. This way come on.
What I don't want this Saturday, it's for us to find ourselves doing what we did last Saturday where we go, performance deserved a result. Today, the performance, it is what it is in the sense that it might be ugly because the pitch isn't fucking conducive to playing beautiful football, but you know what we're going to do today? We're going to fucking dig in, we're going to battle. You win the battle, and I know it's a fucking football cliche, but you win the battle and you win the game today, boys. Today's about a fucking result. I don't care how messy and ugly it gets out there, today is about getting a result. Alright? And like I say, it starts with us putting the shift in. It is going to be ugly out there. Don't back out, back your mate, get involved, get on board as much as possible. So
Good first touch.
yeah.
Pass what you see. Allow things to open up for you, because things will open up. You've looked pretty relaxed out there when you've been doing the warm-up, and that's could be a really good sign in the fact that you're confident and you're composed in what you're going to do today. But like he said, it's essential that we get the 3 points today, I think. Whether we get it ugly, nice, or whatever. Sometimes in football you're just going to grind the result out, and today we need to grind that result out, alright?
It's a fucking attitude, it's how the fucking approach is from the very start, isn't it, boys? Hey, isn't it about time that we start showing how good we are and our fucking quality from us all? Come on boys, get on!
Down the corner, triumphant!
What's that, mate? You are kidding.
Controlled the game for fucking large parts, didn't we? We've looked after the ball at times well. We can be fucking better with the passing at times, and we can fucking find that area because it's cause them all kinds of problems. The corner, whatever we say is not good enough, how we all react to get out. We need a fucking result. It's how we react now, isn't it? It's how we fucking react. We fucking need a result and it's how we react to this.
The one key thing for me is, it's the area that we look to do things. So in the final third, when you've got the ball, we expect you to make something happen. So no matter who it is, if it's Reece, Ryan, Burner, Luke, Stodge, as soon as you get in the final third and you're one-on-one, that's where you go at people with pace. In the second third, so in the halfway line, 10 yards either side, as a player you've got to think, right, because they're playing high, I need to keep the ball here. So I get it under control, I then play it nice and cutely into my midfielder coming, Ruddy or Kyle, and then the two wide men just run. You just take your run straight away. You take your run literally off the pass, off Ruddy's pass. So as it's rolling back to him, you're thinking in your mind straight away, I'm off now. You've got 3 yards, by the time he's played that pass, you're in. These are so high at the minute that if you do, the more you do that, you're going to get more chances.
We're going to stick together, they'll have to.
So the key thing is, the area that you do it in. Final third, when you've got the ball and you're one-on-one, don't try and do that. Make something happen. Get past the defender, take him on, step over, something to get past him and get a ball in the box. When we're in the halfway line, 10 yards either side, whoever it is, hold the ball up, pop it off to your midfielder coming, and the two wide man make your runs off that. And you'll get chances, I promise you.
Get going, boys, but come on, nice and positive out there.
Get in!
12 on me, mate.
Penalty! That's it.
This is a Northern League team, Northern League players, and if we don't know how to be a little bit cuter and a little bit clever, I have to change things, and that's me. So I do have to change things. You know, I can't go and take fucking 3 points out of 8-9 games. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. We haven't kept a clean sheet this season. What does that say about us as men? Not as fucking footballers, as fucking men, as adults. As fucking adults, that we don't fucking want it enough to keep a clean sheet. And then we come in and go, oh, we played some nice stuff. I couldn't give a fuck anymore. I genuinely could not give a fuck. I want 3 points. I want a clean sheet. I want us to start using that.
I'm sick of losing fucking games.
I understand that. As a player, you don't want to lose games. Coming out to win, and you know, I think if he's touched on it, the fact that we've probably just got to try and grind out a result. If that means playing a 4 or a 5 or a 3 and a 2 up front.
It is, we just need to fucking win a game, no matter what, we just need to fucking win a game.
You said on Saturday after the game that there was going to be some changes. After we've had 70 defeats in 8 games, tonight we've seen some changes.
We have indeed. I think that's something that naturally has to happen. I think, you know, performances at times have been decent, but results, and this is a results game, have not been nearly good enough. And as a result of that, we have to look to bring in more quality, fresh faces, and liven things up. And I think it's nothing but a good thing. I mean, football, you have to progress, move forward, and by bringing in them players tonight, then it's something that we've done.
So you've made a change on the coaching side, bringing Darryl Hall in as player coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Darryl's a player that I've played alongside. His attributes as a player are phenomenal. Do you know, like what he gives you on the pitch? He's a colossus of a man. He's loud. He's seen it all before. Brings a wealth of experience. And from a coaching point of view, again, you know, with his experience, his know-how, he can bring that to the team, and it's something that we really could do with. And on top of that, you know, he's got a lot of contacts in the local football and the local area. He can bring in players, so from a player recruitment side of things, Darryl's going to be fantastic from that point of view. And again, you know, being and bringing more people to be involved in the club, so genuinely over the moon with it.
So we just found out earlier on today that the league is suspended after, well, from the 5th of November to early December.
Yeah.
We've got Chester Street at home tomorrow night. That's going to be our last match for a month. Massive game.
Huge game, absolutely huge game. I mean, do you know what the Premier League like to call it? Have what's known as an international break, where we get COVID breaks. And you know, one of the key things is to win that game. It gives you don't want to be dwelling on a defeat going into a month of no football. Do you know that's no training, no nothing, that you're going to be able to get the group together. It's imperative that, you know, first and foremost we change our fortunes, that we win a game of football, win a home game, you know, for ourselves, for the fans, for the club. And then obviously we have a month away from football, and there'll be nothing better than to know with, you know, the players that we've brought in that we've, you know, got a result.
Right, great. Thanks, Ibby. All the very best for tomorrow night.
Looking forward to it. Thanks again.
Great. Cheers, Ibby.
Cheers.
How does it feel to be the one, a heart of stone?
Quality warm-up, wasn't it? Good attitude, good tempo, good progression, and most importantly, bags of quality. Dash will touch on it in a moment. These, we can get at them. We know we can get at them. We're set up to do so. We've got the big target man up there. We've got bags of pace. It's time for us to, like I said earlier, to make sure that we stamp our authority and go and play some football. The ball, it's not a bad ball going back to front very quickly. We've got quality in there. Kurt, you've got more than enough ability to find that with quality ball. Millie's exactly the same, as have our fullbacks. Alright? A conduit between the back and the front three can always be the likes of Luke, the likes of Ruddy, with the ability that he's got. Get them on the ball, get them on the ball, get them on the ball, boys. But I'm telling you tonight we're getting a fucking result. I don't need to harp on too much about anything other than that. We know that we're getting a fucking result tonight.
So two things for me. 4-3-3, despite the there's not much space from back four to three to front three. Needs to be compacted in. We've got the ability to fight for the second ball. And the outlet in 4-3-3 is your right back or your left back. So Andy or Carl, you need to be moving forward once the ball's down your side to create that overlap.
Yeah.
If they do go forward, the opposite side tucks in and we stay with the three. That's pretty much it.
Fucking boys, huge opportunity, isn't it? Dash?
No, not from me, boys. Apart from, obviously we've brought in two attackers today, and one's fucking 6'3" and one's 6'2". So that ball's really, when you sitting in there dictating that, the ball out wide to Johnson and Stodger, the good balls tonight, just have to be football like that for 15 minutes. Let's take the game to them. Let's put them under fucking pressure. Sitting there half camp out and see how they're fucking like it, what teams are doing to us. Put the long ball in for 15 fucking minutes, and then we'll settle, and then we'll play from there early doors and see. He'll bring players in, Ruddy, Luke, he'll bring you into the game. Hit him, and he'll hold up for you. Apart from that, go and enjoy yourselves. The warm-up was fantastic. Take that on the fucking pitch, and let's get 3 fucking points.
Come on, boys, get all the best. Get them two to go right. Yes, Luke, all the best. Come on, yes, Kurt. Yes, take that too.
Come on, it's it.
Oh. I thought that was a new referee's bell.
Johnson.
Clean sheet, boys, isn't it? Fucking clean sheet tonight. We need fucking 3 points tonight. We need them. Fucking come on.
What to do to lose space and all time. Different place for the
Seconds!
Get in!
Listen, it's been the first time where, in a long time, you can fucking absolutely see the passion, the fucking desire to get there, the fucking desire to make a challenge. What we have to be careful about is not being fucking overzealous and giving away silly fouls in fucking good areas for them. But boys, at times, we've played some fucking fantastic football. The balls, at times, when Rudy's put them in there, when he's put them in there, right areas, we've seen how much fucking damage and how many problems we're causing them. From that point of view, a couple of things that we need to be aware of very quickly. Jared will touch on them, particularly the middle three.
The middle three, when we're going back to front quick, it's working really well in the fact that Az is holding the ball up super forward and bringing people into play. So once it's gone from back to front quickly, Luke and Cal, you've got to endeavour to get up to make a 5, because they're playing 4-2-3-1. So if we just leave the 3 by themselves, the 2 will pick up the pieces and then getting turned and coming back outward quite quickly. So it's vital that Luke and Kyle endeavour, once the ball's gone from back to front quick, to get up to the front 3 as quick as you can.
Support them.
You've got to get the ball if we're doing that.
Yeah.
Then if you just come straight back, then we're doing
doggies,
doggies.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes, that's what was happening. We were making them.
But get in a position where you're not going to be just doing doggies and going beyond the ball. I'm not saying run beyond the ball. I'm saying get into an area where you can influence where the 2 are playing, the 2 midfielders. Because if the defenders win the header, or Az doesn't actually get a hold of it for us, then the 2 are picking up the pieces because we've got nobody near them. So we've got to try and influence that a little bit more. We're not saying go beyond the front men at all. Get up just closer to them.
One of the good things that we can make today, us getting out, has been significantly better. Closing that gap, which is fantastic. All right, which gives you and Kyle that instigates you to go and compact that, right? So we're closing the pitch, brilliant, moving forward. But what we have to be aware of when we are going out, which we are doing, we're fantastic at it, Kurt in particular, when we're going out there, we're pushing forward, what we have to remember is if there's no pressure on the ball, we have to be aware. Because he's not slow, that lad who's playing up there. He's not slow and he's a handful. So sometimes, can we have to, if you can see we're not quite getting there, and there's a chance, the 2 goals, 1-0 this ball, I'll be honest, we can deal with that better, can't we? Both of us, we know we can do better than that. And the first one as well, it's a case of, do we maybe take a step back? Because they're not going to play through you. They're not going to play through you. What they're looking for is that big one up there. All right. But boys, very impressed. Good start. Fucking Willington, mate. Keep grafting, keep grafting, keep grafting. Andy Taylor, that energy that you give us up that channel, we'll get a goal from it. Making sure that you're there, putting balls into the box. When we're putting balls into the box, going to cause all kinds of fucking mayhem. And we're going to get chances off the back of that. It was a fucking pressure, sloppy clearance. The lad doesn't make it, goes back in. We'll get a fucking goal, and that's us. Back in the game. Cut out the mistakes. We're going to create chances, aren't we? We're going to fucking get 3 points. Dash.
Well, look, for me, boys, I'm quite happy with the performance. Just our mistakes have cost us 2 goals. We've had to work really hard to get 2 goals back. I think we should be winning comfortably. Going forward with the likes of Luke and Johnson and Stodgen and Hazard there, I think we'll get another goal. Just defend as a fucking unit. Help things on. Head the fucking ball when it's there. Just fucking bang. Put it back on them, because I think they're fucking shite at the back. They don't like the ball at the back. They're fucking bump, they're touching going. I just think if we keep pressuring what we're doing, I think we'll nick another goal and just help things on.
I think if we show the same determination of when we come back from a goal as when we 2-2, I think we'll win it easy. Yeah, don't drop the determination when you're 2-2.
Passion's
we're showing it when we're getting beat. Show the same when we fucking draw or even winning. Go for another one. Yeah, there's no reason why we can't get 3 points tonight.
No mistakes and we'll win the game.
Keep the same tempo, like we just said. Fucking same tempo, same fucking determination. Commitment's there. Let's not fucking be rash, and it's fucking there for us, lads. It's there. It's on the fucking table. Make sure it's
exactly what I should do. Perfect, that mate.
Don't leave anything out there, boys. Fucking leave it on. Come on.
Stick it in with that fucking ball, so he's sticking aside the fucking ball. Just keep
it. Last game football for a month. Make sure fucking
Come on.
Make sure it counts. Come on,
boys.
Come on.
Make sure the tank's empty when you walk off the pitch. Your shirt's soaking fucking wet with sweat, and the tank's empty. You've got a good break coming up for now. 4 weeks off. Empty the fucking tank and go through the barriers for us.
That first goal, all out room. I was stuck on the
Oh!
Well done.
Onside. Get in! Stop. Sit.
You fucking deserved it. Oh, you fucking deserved it. You did it the hard way, and we've still come out on top. I could not be prouder of that second half. We said we'd fucking keep a shot at the back. He's absolutely, with 10 men, grafted your fucking plums off, got the goal you deserved. Stodge took it fucking very well. Welcome to the party. Jesus Christ hasn't scored all season. Bags 2 tonight. And I tell you what, boys.
How good's it feel, boys? Doing?
Well done.
That's what it's like to come to fucking Willington football ground and have a proper fucking game. That's what we're about. Fucking well done, outstanding, all of yous.
Fucking enjoy your month off, boys. Get in, lads.
Right, Darryl, so that was your first game involved here at Willington. It was quite a dramatic finish to the game. What was your thoughts on the 90 minutes?
We made a very bad start, which we told them in the dressing room before the game not to. We told them start well, be positive, and we told them 15 minutes to go along and put the pressure on Chelsea Street. Because the last couple of games when I've been here watching, we always seem to be under the cosh. So I said, right, let's change things, let's stop the football for 15 minutes, let's go along, squeeze the game high, and see how they cope. And I thought it worked well. They were under pressure, we were the best side by a mile, and then we're going to concede 2 goals from our own mistakes. They were our own mistakes, which sometimes can't be helped, but most of them can. And then we were fighting all the time, and we fought until 90 minutes. And I think even with 10 men, we deserve to win the game. And that's not, I'm not saying that being biased, but we're the best side by a mile, and I'm sure the spectators will all agree with that.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I thought it was 2 sort of sides who were playing, well, keen to win the game, I suppose. Did you think it was going to be a draw? Did he see that late goal coming on?
No, I didn't. Well, I did if we were 11 men. I thought we were always pushing the game. When we went down to 10, we went 4-4-1. Obviously, to try and keep that tight, you know. So I'd have been happy with the draw, because they were going to obviously put us under pressure and start. I thought we'd just be defending, but we didn't. We coped well with that, and we gambled, and we did what we told them to do. Go along, just keep going along. Gamble. We gambled, and it paid off. Yeah. And I'm over the moon. The passion. I mean, if you're in the change rooms, the fucking lads are over the moon. We struggle along down near the bottom. We aren't there, but we're above that. But now that should give us enough to go and kick on and be where the club should be. Which is, at this season, we're definitely a top 10 side, and then we'll go again next year, and we'll push on again.
And what was your thoughts on the sending off? It seemed to be controversial, didn't it?
I thought it was a great header from where I was stood. If he's led with his elbow, I haven't seen it. It was a proper Northern League header. He jumped with them, two big, a big centre forward and a big centre half. There's nothing better than watching them having a tussle. Yeah. And I thought I thought he won the ball. I was behind him, so if he's led with his elbow, I didn't see it. I don't think the linesman saw it, to be honest with you, because he gave a throw in at first. He flagged for a throw in. If you watch it back on the video, he gave a throw in. Then their sideline got on him, and he said, I think he might have elbowed him. I don't know what was said, but anyway. Yeah, it was controversial, yeah.
Is it good to be back in the Northern League then?
It is. I had a few offers to go and play. I've been enjoying my Saturdays off, to be honest with you. I've just started playing golf. And I've been enjoying the Saturdays to myself, but there's only so much you can take. I started missing football a lot. I turned a few good clubs down Division 1 to go and play again. I spoke to Ibby. Obviously with this role coming as a player coach, which suits me down the ground at the moment. Like I say, I've just mentioned it on my social media, I've been playing Northern League since I was 17-year-old, you know. Which is a long time. And I just think the timing's perfect now. I still want to play, I still will be playing, but tonight I thought it was only right to keep the lads in it. We brought Million at centre half, and he's a great centre half, so let them fight it out, and I'll fight for my shirt as well, you know.
And just sort of looking back at that Northern League career, Darryl, which clubs did he play for?
How long have you got?
A little sort of point history for the listeners?
Yeah, South Shields, Morpeth, West Auckland. Obviously went to Wembley twice in West Auckland in the FA Vase final. Shildon, you name them, I've probably been there. Sunderland RCA. But then the list goes on. Towler, mate, honestly, I've been to every club in Northern League just about. But the big clubs I've been to were Morpeth, we had a great side up there. Obviously South Shields, we had a very good side. West Auckland were brilliant, and then Shildon as well.
Yeah.
We're all challenging up there, like in the top end of things, you know. So yeah.
Right, and what's your thoughts about this lockdown, on Darryl? Do you think it's the right decision? I know everybody's got a view on it, so I'm asking you. Do you think it's correct?
I've had this conversation with many people, and I just can't get my head around what they're doing. But I do know if they don't want crowding people here, the Northern League can't run without crowds, because it pays the wages what the boys do get. So I can understand that point. I can understand why they're doing that. So it just, listen, it's good time. As daft as it sounds, it's good timing for me a little bit. We can still get the lads fit. I'm going to put them on a train. I'll be putting them on a training program while we in lockdown. Just a little. They'll have to put the runs in the WhatsApp group, etc. You know, and then we can go and look for a few more players that we think we might need, and that gives us a month to strengthen our squad, which is our plans. Like I say, we brought 5 in, including myself last night, and that's going to continue until we get the right mix, you know. Yeah. And that's our plans. So.
Right, thanks a lot, Darryl.
No, thank you.
Good speaking.
Thank you very much.